And welcome back. I'm sorry for the delay on the recent upload of the video, but I had well, as I've mentioned before, I'm a stay-at-home dad, so my child required attention, and that just didn't offer me enough time. Alright, so where we left off, we were mining and playing video games, or not, well, I mean, we are playing video games, but, oh darn, how do I shut this off? It's been too long since I've had to do this. F10? F8? F9? Ah, there we go. F9. Alright, so we had a farm going. We were doing mining. We need to get back down and do some more mining. And I think that's about where we're at. Other than maybe the pretty aesthetics of the house, because dear God, is it awful. So we're gonna go down. We're gonna do some mining, get the resources we need. Hopefully, get a little more than what we need, because we also need a better house. We need a better house. It doesn't have to be spectacular yet, but it just needs to be better. So let's see what my inventory looks like. Let's see, not the best. Let's see, we don't need that at the moment. We don't need that, and don't need that. I probably will not be doing the witchery mod this playthrough. I've not been much into the growing of things, although I can definitely start growing this stuff once we get into it. It doesn't take much in terms of the growing capacity. Also, I don't know if you guys will notice, but no lag. I actually moved the world off the server file and just moved it right onto my desktop here. It's a way better machine. It functions a lot better. And that was just for the pure purpose of you guys. Otherwise, I'd have just left it on the server for the pure purpose of it being capable of running in the background, collecting resources for me, that kind of thing. But yeah, so let's see, we'll get some marble going, because I'd like to get a floor up, and maybe some walls, some pretty walls, not just, you know, whatever I could find laying around. We need to find redstone, we need to find, let's see, we got rubber trees, so that's not really a worry yet. We need to find gold, diamonds. Diamonds are a big one, and not for the same reason that a regular Minecraft would be worried about diamonds. Diamonds are even bigger now than they were in previous Minecrafts, almost entirely for purposes that would not seem normal. This is Minico Essence. I actually haven't personally found a good use for it. It has, well, I mean, like, it has uses. Don't get it wrong, it has a lot of good uses. I personally haven't found a good use for it. So we'll take a look into that later. Because most of the reason why I didn't play with it is because it was a long, grueling process. I am a millennial after all. I'm all about that. I'm all about that capacity for instant gratification, which is why I really want to start using this iron pickaxe, but I need to get rid of these cobbles first. So let's get a move on. We got to get down to, well, about here. Ooh, uranium ore. Actually, you know, uranium ore isn't as pertinent in this mod pack as it used to be. Well, not used to be in this mod pack, but as it used to be for me. For example, the use of uranium actually has a lower output to power ratio than the actual reactors we'll be using. And I actually showed you those in my last video, where the reactor uses yellorium or yellorite, depending on which stage of the process it's made from, which stage of the process it's in. It could be yellorite, yellorium, and then it turns in to Canadium? I think that's how it's pronounced, or that's what it's called. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. So the idea is that the reactor is supposed to produce, you know, just ridiculous amounts of power and be useful, and the IC2 reactor just doesn't produce that kind of power I need it to. Whereas the big reactors, they do. They produce just ungodly amounts of power. And you can make them nearly, what is it? You can make them 64 by 64 big. They're ridiculous. So we're getting down here, slowly but surely. And you guys hopefully I won't be watching me mine for too long. I'll be hopefully finding what I need pretty fairly quickly. That was quantum ore. That's actually a main ingredient of the teleporters I was telling you guys about. I believe there's a couple different types of teleporters, but hopefully I can get that one working because it's actually pretty cool. It's a pain in the arse, but it's actually pretty cool. But first things first, I need to get the IC2 machines going so I can start getting that all up and going. I need to get a wind generator made. Or, yeah, wind generator? I think it's a wind generator. Ooh, silicon. Silicon's also very good. Until you make your first crusher. Silicon is only obtainable by mining for it. Once you have a crusher, though, you can crush sand into, I think it's Mechanism's version of silicon. Nonetheless, it's still quite useful. In fact, it is a extremely usable resource. I will be getting quarries going eventually, so we don't have to do this, and it's going to be all fun and happy, hips and hops, and I can build whatever I need to build and go forth. Although some mining will still be required. Lead is important. In fact, I don't think there's a single actual not important resource in this game. I'd like to say there is, but I don't think there is. Alright. And I know I'm not mining at optimal level for diamond, but I'd like to just kind of work my way down. This is probably going to be a couple of trips. Finding a lot of stuff that I didn't think I'd find down here. Although you gotta bear with me and give me some credit here. When I made my last map, I'd actually not mined at all by the time that had come around by, oh dear. I had not done any mining for a couple of whiles. The quarries were doing all my mining for me. I would just move them around, set them up, tell them where to mine, and then I'd walk away. So it's actually kind of nice to be able to do some mining. Actually needed to do some mining again. Henceforth the name Minecraft. Some people are totally cool with never having to mine a day in their life, and I, on the other hand, actually enjoy it. It's quite humbling. It brings me back to the real reason we play Minecraft. To go digging in the ground. Alright, so we're getting pretty lucky with resources so far. But we're still not... We're not getting as lucky as I'd hoped. Like the emeralds are great and whatnot, but they only have so many uses in this mod pack. Is this what I think this is? This actually only really has one specified use, and I actually had to program the game. This is something you're gonna have to actually go into the game files for, but its electrotine ore was shut off by default. I don't know if it still is, but it was something I had to change. So you guys will have to take a look into that. Yeah. It was a pain in the arse trying to figure out why the heck I couldn't find the stuff. Alright, I've got a little bit of space left in my inventory. Hopefully we don't waste it. I mean, no mined resource is wasteful, but it could be considered as such. Like, too much cobblestone. Must be playing on normal mode? I thought this was on easy. Oh well. If I starve to death, I know how to get back to where I'm at. Although I would rather not. Ooh, it's probably getting a little dark. There we go. Alright. I'm thinking now we're going to go down a couple. And we're going to start going back the other way. Hey, give me that gold. And redstone. One of the two reasons we came down here. Well, one of the many, but one of the two primary reasons we came down here. Because you can't really do much without this in this pack. In fact, it's probably hands down one of the most required resources. Between redstone and the lapis lazuli. And I'll explain why lapis lazuli is so important. Alright? I use the Tinker's Construct mod. And the Tinker's Construct mod, if you want, like, for example, to get more resources out of what you're doing, lapis lazuli is extremely important for that. And it's hard to say. I'd be understating it if it's not extremely important. It's actually, in my opinion, one of the most important resources, just for that fact. Oh, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but when I hold the torch in my hand, it emits its own light source. So you guys, I don't know if I told you this already or not, but when you press down F7, you see that little red X? That means a mob can spawn here. Now, a little 1x2 area, it's highly unlikely, but it is possible. So if you guys want to know if your base is safe, or you just otherwise need a general idea of what you should and shouldn't be doing with your base, like, see now I got 2 of them here, I should probably put a torch. I got 3, and so on and so forth. I should probably be throwing down a torch, because now I have a significant chance of a creeper just popping up and be like, yo! I want to blow up your face. And I don't like that. The concussion creepers are not so bad in comparison, but wow. Ooh, a redstone hive. We will have to come back for this at some point, because I do plan on doing the whole magic bees mod. I've never actually quite gotten it right, but maybe with a little bit of your guys' help, I'll get it. Derp. Alright. Harvest this by the rules, and I'll get this last chunk of redstone the hard way. Alright. A little bit more redstone, because who would say no to it? I won't, especially in the quantities that we need it. So throw that there. And then we're back down to 1 there, but I have a whole row over here, because, well, I just do. I know. And we're just going to work our way back just a little bit further. Is this electrotine? It is. I have some room in my inventory. Now, the electrotine ore can drop in bunches of 1 to 2, and this will be the reason for the Tinker's Construct. I don't like inefficiently mining. I like to walk right up, start getting my resources, and just to go. Alright, my inventory is almost full, though. Not really of ores, but just of resources. Aluminum, that's huge. I'm so glad I found that. Do I have the room for the ferrous? You know what, I'm going to ignore them both for the moment. I will come back for them. Ooh, excuse me. More osmium. Never, I can't say no to osmium. It's pretty important. Actually, when I first started playing this pack, you know, it took me 2 worlds to get it right, because the first world, and oh my goodness, was it a bad day. But the first world somehow corrupted during a middle of a thunderstorm, and we lost everything. All of our progress, all of our materials, everything. It was so bad. We actually almost didn't keep playing this pack, and I would have been so mad at myself today, especially after learning what I've learned now about how amazing this pack can be. I mean, with 254 mods, it's hard to say that this mod pack is anything short of amazing. Alright. my inventory is full enough. Let's head on back. And hopefully some of our wheat's grown so we can get some eateries. Get some eats. If not, I will make some quick fertilizer with the apatite ore I found earlier. And we will get some eats because we horribly need it. So, what did I do here that's so bad? Oh no. Alright. I will fix this later. We will mark this. Oh, we'll just make it a little more conspicuous, so I know it's right there. Ooh, look at that! I'm surprised I actually haven't run into mobs yet, especially with the difficulty I'm playing on. You on easy, you know. I mean, like, I always thought that it'd be too hard to play on the harder difficulties when I first started playing, because on easy, mobs are just everywhere. You know, you forget to put up a torch for one moment, you turn around and you turn back around, and bam, there's a creeper. So, I was actually I'm quite surprised at not getting just mauled. And mauled's a good word for it, because I'm used to it, you know? Oh dear. So, ooh, that guy, no. Why him? Why him of all the mobs I could have gotten? Like, I'll take the concussion creeper, I'll take this blue slime, I'll take all of them, except for him. I hate him. He is literally the bad omen of bad omen. I still don't have a bed. Alright, so I'm going to cut this, and I will be right back. Alright, and we're back. Yeah, it took me a little while. Yeah, it started raining. It was not fun. Alright, so I'm sorry about that cutout. I promised you guys I wouldn't do that, but I felt it was necessary. I didn't feel like dragging you guys all the way along for the whole darn walk. Not only that, but I didn't think I'd have enough stuff to talk about. So, let's see, what do we got for resources here? Uranium, quantum, silicon, electrotine, iron, emeralds. Alright, so we've obviously got enough cobblestone. That's obviously not a problem. However, we're running low on a few other resources. We're running low on wood, which is never a good thing, so let's rectify that problem here. We're also running low on storage. Let's just throw all the cobblestone in there. It's going to make our day a lot better. Just because then it keeps the more important resources together with the non-more important. So yeah, I got a little space for dirt. I'll throw some gravel in there. Let's reorganize this a bit. Let's throw this in there. Bloop, bloop. And anything else in here I can put. Alright. Let's get the cinnabar, all the more important resources in here. So I can take a collective result. Alright, so I don't have as much iron as I was hoping. So we gotta go back and we gotta find some more iron. Ooh, chicken. Let's cook this up. Let's get that taken care of quick. Anything else? Let's see, we're not gonna be worrying about this. Ooh, I do have more iron. I might actually have enough. Just burn that. Alright. I still need to solve the food problem, so let's see, I should have some apatite. There we go. Do I have any sand? Sand is like the key ingredient, because like, let's see, fertilizer. Fertilizer by forestry is sand and apatite, and yeah. So let's go get some sand. We don't need much, just a few pieces, and then that will make us enough fertilizer to get some more food going. I am literally breaking my own rule right now. Use the tool that's made for the job. Wow, I feel like such a hypocrite. I yell at everybody for this, using their hands or the wrong tools or whatever for... Ooh, I don't know if you guys also knew this, but you can also do this. Bloop, and bloop, and bloop, and then you can go like this. Ooh. See? And then bloop, 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 Shift C. Alright, so now I have enough fertilizer to grow a little bit of this. Not a whole lot of it, but I got 2, 4, 5. Let's make just a little bit more. C, blah, 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 C. Alright. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and voila. That's what this forestry fertilizer is super good for. It's super easy to make. In fact, it's actually, in my opinion, the best fertilizer, but that's just my opinion. I don't expect anybody else to agree with my opinion. Alright, and I can make some more here in a little bit. For the fertilizer, I can get some more food going, because, let's be honest, 8 bread is just not going to be enough. And I do say 8 bread. There's, let's see, I gotta make this anyways. Let's see, grindstone. Nether quartz or charged or uncharged quartz. Some smooth stone. Couple pieces of smooth, couple pieces of non-smooth. Alright, and then a wooden gear. So let's make that wooden gear real quick. It doesn't take much, just like so. And then let's make that smooth stone. We're going to need a whole bunch of this stuff anyways. So let's throw that up there and throw that up there. Pull this down. And then I need to get my hands on some more quartz. So here's the thing about this. This stuff is best found between 53 and 76, but it's best found at a level 62. So I'm so thankful to my mine shaft. Ooh, let's get this. It's not going to be the best way to make food at first, but let's see. Let's get some more fertilizer. Bloop. Alright, and then let's get some food, because running around with no hunger and no food is no good. And let's be honest, 3 bars of hunger doesn't heal you. And I did change the difficulty while I was gone, more or less because I'm not trying to do a hard mode series. I know a lot of people would probably love to see that, but I'm not a hard mode player. I just play for the fun of the actual game itself. Alright. Now we have a reasonable farm going, thanks to some fertilizer. Bam, and we have a decent amount of wheat. We can actually probably get some stuff going. Let's see. Let's make some bread. Not a whole lot, just 3 loaves? Yeah, 3 loaves should be good. There is a better way to make the bread. I don't have the resources to make it right now, so I have food. I guess to me that's what matters, is I have food. I have the ability to make food. I have food. Let's see. I'm gonna need another iron pick, so let's get another one of those made. And as long as I'm making that, I'll make an iron shovel because, well, I'd be a noob not to. You don't really need much more than an iron shovel, but just throw this in here because it'll probably be almost useless beyond this point. It's got some skellies over there. Let's get down to the shaft, get down to level 62, and do some quartz mining. It's not the best shaft. I will never ever say that this is in any way the best mining shaft I have ever made. In fact, it's probably one of the worst shafts I have ever made. But it will be improved later. And I guess that's what matters, right? It'll be improved. And 62. So let's do some strip mining for some Certus quartz. And then, will you please, I will happily cut these out if you guys want me to, because it is hard to find things to talk about. I mean, eventually. For now, it's not so bad. I'm still a pretty fresh YouTuber. I don't know, I I guess I don't know what I would want to talk about as much as I would say, is that I don't have anything to talk about. For example, like, I can find stuff to talk about, but I'd rather not. Oh, and I have noticed, and I do apologize. And I only think about this now because I can hear them in the background. But I have 4 parakeets, and they can get quite talkative. I do try to keep them down. I do try to keep them quiet. But at the meantime, until I find a better arrangement for my house, the birds are literally just 20 feet away, and they, as I said, are quite talkative. There's not much I can do about it, and I do apologize. Let's see. We got a zombie walking around over there. We got... let's see. Let's make some more torches, because this is going to take up some torches. Alright. I didn't think uranium ore spawned this high. Well, I guess we learn things every day. I thought, like, up here you just find, like, copper, maybe a bit of iron, the Certus quartz, but I thought that would be about it. I didn't think uranium came up this high. Ugh, this limestone. I can see it having a good use, but alls in alls, I personally don't have an amazing use for it. Alright, let's see. We'll find some quartz eventually, right? Ah, see what I mean? Copper. We don't have a lot of this, so this is actually a really good thing. Copper also has its profounded use. In fact, I will be running out of it more often than I am comfortable with to begin with. So, that's a good thing we have found it. I don't think I've killed anything yet. I think it's more or less just because I'm trying to stay alive. Staying alive. Staying alive. Oh. And because I'm just trying to stay alive, and so I don't have to make those god-awful trips back and forth from spawn to here until I can make a bed. I could probably go out during the day here and make a bed. It probably wouldn't be a bad thing. In fact, that would be an amazing thing, because I would hate to keep walking that whole distance for the pure fact that I'm just too lazy to make a bed. Because as nice as it is to, like, see the scenery once in a while, it is horrible, absolutely horrible, that walk. It is a holy whopping, I think it's a couple hundred blocks at least. I think it's just about 800. I think it's a whole 800-meter walk, and I would hate to keep having to do it over and over and over. I'm sure you guys would hate for me to keep doing it over and over and over again. So let's try not to. Let's try to avoid that. I'm kind of down that I haven't found any Certus quartz. I mean, like, I don't even care about the charge stuff. I just want some Certus quartz. Now, something I've noticed that is a little bit off with the Certus quartz world gen, it does tend to spawn outside of the range that is deemed for it. Just not as much as it not as much as it does in this area. So do keep that in mind while you're down in deep caves doing some deep exploring. You can run into it. It's not an impossibility, but it is possible. Gosh, my whole goal at this moment, right now, before I end this video, is to find what I need to make a grindstone. Because that grindstone is not just good for making the bread. In fact, it's actually part of the applied energistics mod, and it makes an amazing tool for, well, a lot of things. And my pick broke. Oh no. Oh no. Did I bring the resources? I can. Alright. I don't have to go all the way back. Let's see. Put that there. Go like this. Go like this. Bloop. Doop. Alright. So, ooh, more iron. I can't wait till I have this all done up and I can count these in counts of 2, because I do not like the fact that I feel like I'm wasting resources every time I smelt one. And the reason I say I can count them in counts of 2, for those who don't know, when you put stuff into, like, for example, the macerator, or I think the grindstone works the same way, it essentially grinds 1 ore down into 2 dust, and each dust smelts into 1 ingot. And I'll find out here soon enough with the grindstone, because if it does, that's how I will be handling all my ores. It takes a little while because I don't have a power source, but it will be worth it, because then instead of needing 300 iron ore, I only need 150. Granted, smelting's not going to be any faster because I don't have a proper electric furnace or an induction smelter or induction furnace. It's not going to be any faster, but it will be better than just being like, oh yeah, let's just waste all this coal and let's just waste all of this and all of that. And I am all about the unlimited energy sources. Like, for example, as loud and as annoying as those wind generators are, those wind turbines are, it is unlimited energy. It's only, I think it's only like 150 RF a tick. But when you're only just running a little grindstone and a furnace, that's really more than you need. In fact, that's not until you start getting into the factories, which I will be, that you start needing more power. I actually started a map at one point, and I started to go to the route of the factories, with which is part of Mechanism, and I found that the factories, as cool as they are, require a lot, and I do mean a lot, of power. But I do see that this is going to be what's going to be wrapping it up for us today. I do apologize. I'm starting to think I'm going to start cutting out these mining trips, because they do take so long, and I solemnly do apologize. It's bad. I know it's bad. Yeah, I really wish I would have found some more quartz, because I need all of those quartz to be able to build the stuff I need. Like, I could sacrifice a couple, but that's just it. I think I need 3 to make the grindstone, and I need at least 2 of the pure to make a crystal growth accelerator, or, you know, like, I need some. I need some of that to make what I need, and I can't comfortably sacrifice it yet. This is probably one of the crappier caves I've ever explored. I'm not even gonna lie. Oh hey, I haven't gone yet. I'm thinking this is gonna run a little long. I do apologize. Ooh, an essence berry bush. Essence berry bush. If I'm gonna die, you would have just killed me. There we go. Alright, well, that's going to be the end of it. Next time you see me, I will be back, and I will be back at the house, and we'll be going down to get our stuff. Alright, thanks, guys. I'll see you next time.